Quit acting stupid. With
Bobby,
Sammy,
Rudy,
and
Andy.
Oh, Andy gets a little creative there. Look at that. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Paredes, and somebody take down our... There we go.
You guys notice in the corner I kept doing this. The logo in the corner kept going away. And I'm like, why is this thing not going down? Those buttons are too close to each other. I thought I was doing it, but
Joining me as always, my brothers, Bobby, Rudy, and Andy. Say hello, boys.
hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you guys doing? How was did you guys have a good Easter? Happy Easter, everybody.
it was good.
Let me be the first to give the He is Risen. How many times have you seen the He is Risen in the last few days?
I like the shirt with Jesus dunking a basketball and it says He is risen. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. See, I have a really cool shirt of Jesus, and it says underneath it says BRB. But it doesn't fit well. Like it has a kind of like a bacon collar, and so I can't really wear it that much. But
I did see a tweet today or maybe yesterday that said that the Pope has the chance to do the funniest thing in 3 days.
That's good. That's good. Like we said, hopefully he gets a what was it? What were we saying before? About the whole Pope dying and JD Vance seeing him right before, and somebody said somebody get him a meeting with Trump.
I think that's funny that just the fact that they're like blaming JD Vance, like saying that he murdered the Pope is hilarious to me.
and the funny thing was the day before, or I guess maybe Saturday, maybe it's 2 days before, I don't know, but he refused to meet with JD Vance, and then like the next day
right?
he relented. Yeah, then he actually.
Why did he change his mind?
I assume that was fake. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I can't imagine the Pope not meeting with JD Vance.
He sent somebody else, one of his underlings, I think, to visit with him. At least
I don't know. I feel like the Pope in his latter year or so here kind of was in the total F it mode. Like I think he knew he didn't have much time. He just had a little patience for.
Well, he was pretty effort the whole time, really.
That's a good point.
For many years.
That's a good point.
We should, when we were thinking of clips, we could have gotten something from Pope Guido Sarducci from Saturday Night Live. We should.
I'm sure we can find it during the course of this this podcast.
Yeah.
Half the time I'm on this podcast, I'm looking at things on YouTube.
We've noticed. We've noticed.
Not paying attention.
Yeah.
Like when a player like gets traded and you start analyzing like, so how did that work out for us in total? Now that the Pope is gone, like we can see the total body of work. Good Pope. What do we think? Good.
Oh yeah, great.
Pope.
Yeah.
Best Pope.
Okay. Just making sure.
The best one since Pope John Paul.
Second.
That's the one I grew up with. Pope John Paul II. That's
PJP2.
Yeah.
That's a pretty backhanded like kind of a dig at what was his name? Ratzinger.
Benedict.
Because he's the only Pope in between them. So it's like,
right.
He was better than that guy.
Pretty much our whole life was Pope John Paul II.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Seriously? And then it was just one other guy, and then was it the
one
quitter?
Other guy.
The guy that quit.
Quitter guy.
Quit.
Where's the guy? I quit. So
we have a drop.
He's the guy. We have a drop for that.
Wait,
that's
the one
never
never
get to
time
use it.
would ever use that drop, and we
I know.
missed it.
We know. That's why I was like really trying to hammer that.
I quit. I quit.
Pope Benedict.
It's a terrible drop.
It's a great drop. But
anyway.
that's so literally he was the one right after JP2.
Yeah.
JP2.
Wow. I feel like JP2 was like when I was a child.
Yes,
he was.
Yeah.
But
Long
this
time.
Benedict,
He was Pope for a very long time.
I feel like Benedict got in there for like a couple years and he was like, "Nah, f this, I'm out."
This wasn't all it was. I signed up for.
This isn't what I signed up for. Yeah, I didn't think he was in there for very long.
He wasn't.
He wasn't. Probably.
Wouldn't be if it wasn't.
So Francis has been there.
Francis.
4 or 5 years.
Francis.
That's what we need.
That's the drop we need.
We need a clip.
How did we not see that coming? Of course.
Pee-wee and Francis.
He's how long has he been in there?
10 years.
Like he
12
just got
years.
in there.
12 years. It was like 12 years, I think I saw.
How old am I?
And I'll tell you, that went by fast.
12 years of Pope.
I was going to text you that night when I found out he died. 12 years of Pope. Oh.
That's
yeah.
Right. I don't get it.
I
don't get
it. Anyway,
it's amazing.
I was going to text you, Jamie. Do they take is there a line on who's going to be the next Pope? Like, can you bet on that?
I know there was back when I forgot, was it one of the last few posts, but yeah, they do have those out there. I haven't seen one for this.
I've seen the top contenders. I don't remember
the black guy. I'm going for the black guy.
I was going to say one of them is black, so I know that one.
I think he's very like ultra conservative. Like is like even against like altar girls and stuff.
Oh, really? The
Which
bad
one?
guys?
I think the black guy. Somebody is. I don't know.
How did Asian?
How did we start on the Pope? Like
we didn't even mention that he died. Yeah.
I know. My Good Morning America has been just slammed with all Pope stuff. I'm like, I get it. Let's get back to Pete Hegseth. Let's
get back to the mac and cheese recipes, you know, in the second hour.
Yeah. What's happening in your neck of the woods?
Do you guys all watch Good Morning America? Apparently you do.
Yeah, but Andy, I think that was Al Roker, right?
Yeah,
right. That's Good Morning America.
Oh, no, Al Roker is NBC.
Today.
I don't remember. Today? I know it'd be whatever mom and dad were watching. That's what I would.
Good Morning America.
Good Morning America has Ginger Z, man. She's fine.
Oh, Ginger Z.
She fine. Ginger Z.
I stay on top of the weather.
I don't know if this would surprise you guys, but the news. I mean, the morning we don't have the TV on in this house.
Why?
That's
what else is there to do? You have to talk to each other. Ew,
yeah.
Gross.
I mean, I get ready, I get out the door.
I literally, my eyes open and I reach for the remotes that are in my bed with me. Turn on the remote.
Light on.
Yeah, I'm in bed with Good Morning America.
So I carry Avery down to the living room and we get dressed and get ready for school and stuff. And for the first 15 minutes, I watched Good Morning America because that's like the quick and dirty. And Avery was like, one day she was like wanting to watch her show, her Monster High show. And she's like, now? I was like, just wait a minute. And then next thing I know, like the screen goes off and it goes into the menu for the Monster High. And I like flipped. I was like, what are you doing? Oh my God. I'm too into this. Yeah. Sorry.
I always tell Macy, and I get this from Mom. And so I think it's funny. So it's a momism, but I always tell Macy when she wants to watch TV and the news is on, I'm like, hold on, let me see who all died. I gotta see who died today.
It's like the other day when I went by that one place and I said, ooh, I wonder what they're building there.
Always. But yeah, Macy, I want to watch TV. I'm like, hold on, I just want to see who died.
Oh, and you know what I did?
Like, what?
Avery was singing some song in the car, and she was singing it pretty well. And I got a chance to pull it out. I said, I wish you knew your timetables like that, except I used spelling words. But yeah, so I pulled the mom out.
Yeah. That was one of Mom's favorite lines. Yes. I think we probably mentioned that on this show before.
When you told me, when you said you pulled it out, I had to pause for a second. It's like,
his child was in the car. His child was in the car.
Jesus. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you guys. I have it down here. I've been what the Easter Bunny brought us is can you see these jelly beans?
Fruit Loops jelly beans.
Fruit Loop jelly beans, and they taste exactly how you would think they would taste.
Like Fruit Loops.
Crap.
Well, they taste exactly like Fruit Loops, which are good. But not in jelly bean form. Like I'm not like jelly beans. I need to be a little sour. These are I don't know. They're
Jelly beans are nasty. Period.
No, they're not.
I like jelly beans.
Yeah. Nobody eats jelly beans. That's stupid.
myself the
I hate
sugars.
jelly beans.
Sweet
So-
tart jelly beans are the best.
Oh yeah.
With the Fruit Loop jelly beans, can you taste the brand name upcharge?
Absolutely can.
So
They-
they make Fruit Loop jelly beans because jelly beans alone taste like crap. So we got to make them taste like sweet tarts or make them
Wrong.
taste like Fruit Loops, make them taste like something else because no one wants jelly beans.
They do that. To be fair, they do that with every candy. I feel like. Here's
Example.
just I don't know. Like I mean, well, I mean, I was gonna say during the holidays they always have. Well, here's your, I don't know.
I don't know. You said it. You said it.
Okay, well, fine. You've got like I don't know. There's different kinds of Starburst, like reds. You've got like watermelon, and they bring out like now here are the Caribbean flavor. Here are the berry flavors. Here are the like
but they don't have Frosted Flakes Starbursts because
Ooh, that's a good
everybody eats
idea.
Starburst.
That'd be weird. They might. I don't know.
I did buy recently. There was a box of cereal at the store. They're Frosted Flakes donut holes, and I thought interesting. But
Your hole is frosted. Anyway,
it
go ahead.
tastes like it's a completely different cereal. It doesn't taste anything like Frosted Flakes. It's a good cereal, but it's not.
Wait, it's a
Frosted
cereal? I thought they were donut holes.
Yes, just like cinnamon mini buns was a cereal for a while.
I'm confused. This is hurting my head.
They basically just look like tricks. They're little balls. They look like kicks.
Like a mail plane?
Yeah. See the ball. Anyway, point is jelly beans suck. Next.
Okay, well, so jelly beans are great, but what is so are you guys partial to chocolate over sweet candy?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Chocolate's the
yeah.
only thing I'll eat. Although I do like those. What were the Sour Patch Kids? Those are pretty good too.
Oh, those are
Sour Patch
fantastic.
Kids.
Now the Sour Patch Kids, jelly beans, they're all right.
I got a family-sized bag of Sour Patch Kids watermelons, and by the end of the bag, I was burned out on them. Like they were gross to me. But at the beginning, they were awesome. But
Yeah, I can't get burned out on them. Like Avery had a thing. She loves Sour Patch Kids, and so she had a thing of candy. It's pretty good size, a bag. And then she got her braces, and sorry, you can't chew sticky stuff. So Daddy's gonna eat it all.
Daddy will have to take care of them.
I'm sitting here going, why didn't I have too much candy this weekend? And the reason is because I ate cake because Xavier was home, and so we celebrated his birthday with the chocolatiest cake from Cold Stone Creamery. It was like, first off, it was an ice cream cake. Obviously, it came from Cold Stone Creamery, so it had the ice cream in it, but it was also like chocolate ice cream, chocolate cake, chocolate tot. I mean, it was delicious.
Jesus,
very, very rich. Very, very rich.
The greatest cake of all time is the cookies and cream cake at Target. It's got like some Oreos on the top, and it's like chocolate, but it's like got this moussey type stuff in the middle of it. Oh, fantastic! Yeah. Anyway, so that was in my fridge. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Didn't take long for us to jump to food, but anyway.
No, I was thinking about it because we were on the perimeter. They were talking about candy. I wouldn't qualify that as food talk.
Okay,
but then he had to make it about cake.
I went to cake.
Yeah. I opened my fridge on Monday and was actually pissed that there was so much food in there. I'm like, what am I going to do with all this? Like, I have to eat it. And there was birthday cake from Emily's birthday, which was at Cookies and Cream. I'm like, all right. And the kids had brought home cupcakes, and there was so much food. I'm like, how am I going to get rid of this stuff? I'm like, I just have to eat it all as fast as I can.
No,
you get it out of here.
Just start with the oldest stuff and start working forward. That's what I do.
I kind of got to be in the mood for it too.
No, I don't. You just work for the oldest item first.
I'll end up throwing it away or feeding it to the dog.
And that's why. See, you start with the oldest item first.
You got to rotate. That's just standard inventory.
Your daughter is hungry. She has a sign in the hallway where she's cold and hungry. So maybe you could feed it to her.
Set the mood. Set the tone.
Do you have that picture?
I do not. I just brought it up because we were talking about it earlier.
Oh, now you gotta explain it.
Well, I have the picture. I just didn't download it onto the thing. But
On Sunday, we're all at mom's, and I was about ready to go into the bathroom, and Avery, Jamie's daughter, stops me and she says, "When you're done, come. I want you to see something." Okay, whatever. I go to the bathroom. I come out. I go over there, and she has a little chair that she's sitting on, and she's got a sign next to her, and the sign says "homeless, cold, hungry." And then she decided she wasn't hungry. She struck the hungry out. But yeah, so she was pretending to be homeless with her homeless sign because apparently she has seen the homeless out on
Yes,
off ramps looking for
multiple
food.
times. The same off ramp that we get off on. There's a guy
So,
out there.
with
She
She's
also
very
put
inquisitive.
Tiredy on her sign.
Tiredy?
Did you say
Yeah.
that?
She spelled
Tiredy.
tired wrong. Yes.
Tiredy.
So
So-
I would like to say that I think that's very empathetic of her.
No, I think she was mocking them.
She's very inquisitive. She was asking a lot of questions, like, "Well, what?" Because we were talking about.
Did she ask why you never helped them
I said,
with
"No,
any cash?
no." We were talking about food, and I was like, "Hey, should we give him some food?" And we didn't have anything, and Avery started talking about, "Well, do they have microwaves?" I was like, "No, they don't have houses." And then we were talking about going across the street to Quick Trip and using their microwave, and this, and it took on a life of its own. Yeah,
I tried to give her some change, but she said, "No, you're supposed to speed by and laugh. That's what my dad does." Oh, okay, that's
Oh, that's it.
okay.
Yes. No. No, not at all.
All right.
So yeah, that was. I'm glad she could provide the comic relief on Easter for you guys.
I pulled out a toy $1 or $5 and I put it in the basket because she had sitting next to her a little basket where she was accepting donations.
And somebody snapped a picture of her, and she even had the like sad look on her face down, like she was
Right.
She was, yeah.
Well,
So-
we all could use a laugh on such a somber holiday as Easter.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
Let's
getting
talk
away
more
from this.
about food.
I didn't even mean to bring it up. I'm sorry because I didn't have the pictures, but it just kind of fit with.
I thought you were bringing it up because you had the photos and we're going to show them, but that's okay.
No.
yeah, I thought that was a pretty sweet segue, but not so much.
Here's another segue. What'd you guys think of the spread on Sunday?
I know Dad liked it.
What was it?
Anybody got that picture?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to think of a joke about spreads.
I feel like Dad would not appreciate us putting him on blast like this.
Well, that's why Andrew said, "Hey, snap a photo of Dad's plate." I'm like, "I'm not going to do it. You do it," because I didn't want him to be mad at me.
He sat there in the kitchen. He's like, "Why is everybody worried about what I'm eating?"
I know what healthy is.
Look at that thing. Man. How tall is that?
Go back to the previous photo.
Well,
I want to make sure people recognize that.
Let's see if all the food groups are represented here.
There are two pieces of chicken there. One is a breast and one is a thigh. So 2 pieces of chicken. There's a piece of ham.
I was hoping you
my-
got the picture when they were stacked on top of each other. He had them double decked because there was not enough room, so he had to stack them.
And one of my favorite things was, Bobby, you said, "I think I see 2 pieces of chicken on there," and Dad said, "Yeah, 1 breast, 1 thigh." Like, one of each is basically 1 piece. So
I couldn't imagine, and there was never a time in my life where I could imagine like eating a breast and then having room for another piece of any, like not even a drumstick. Like, wow, that blows my mind.
I just can't. There's a vat of baked beans at the back part of that plate there. It goes from one side of the plate to the other.
Yeah, and then there's some ham on top there.
There's like a whole middle partition there that he's not paying it. He's not respecting the boundaries of the
It's like
tray,
you can't build a wall for me. You can't build a wall. That's not keeping my food back.
I'm just gonna throw these mashed potatoes right on top of that.
Robert Paredes, tear that wall down.
Did anybody get a snap? Right, we didn't even think to take a picture of the after. This is the before.
So I was about to say that. So like I've known Dad for 47, 46 years, almost 47. And I don't know if I've ever seen him like, not be able to finish a plate. Like, so I assume he ate all of that.
I have to assume that as well. Yeah.
He's also one of the slowest eaters you'll ever meet. And I think part of that might be his teeth or something. I don't know, but either way, he's just he was there at the table after everyone had left for quite a while. Yeah, maybe that's so no one can see what he leaves behind.
Dad, I know you're listening. I'd like to know if you had dessert after that. Did you have room? Did you save room for dessert, Dad?
Hungry. I will say part of the reason why I wanted to bring this up wasn't just to ridicule him, but was almost to kind of commiserate, because I feel the same way. I don't know if you guys do, but when I am at a buffet or something where you've got a plate and you can just get whatever you want, I'm always coming back with what feels like twice as much food as everyone else. Like as if people are like, you can go back for another one. Like you don't have to get it all on one plate the first time around. That's just in my. I'm gonna get everything that I want on, and it was even funnier because Dad, he's kind of starting to hunch over a little bit as he gets a little older, and it made the plate that much more noticeable. Like the plate was weighing him down.
It almost looked like it was carrying him down to the ground. Yeah.
Well, like when you lift your plate and it snaps, that's a bad sign, probably.
I think that's how we all. Cracks. I think that's what brought all of our attention over to it. It was like, what was that?
Snap. Yeah, snap. But no, I had a pretty big plate as well. But it always seems like the ham is the last thing on the plate that I eat. The ham was really good. I did finish it. Normally I'll leave it, but this time I finished the ham as well. So
yeah, kudos. I think this was Kaylee, or maybe not. I mean, she didn't make it, or maybe she did. I thought she got it from somewhere. But anyway, usually I'm not a big ham fan.
Well, I don't think she killed the pig herself.
Yeah, I don't think she killed the pig herself. But I mean, usually I'll leave I'm just going to skip the ham. But Mom said something about, oh, you should really try that ham. This is really good. So she was talking it up. So I grabbed a piece of that ham, and it was delicious.
That's what she said.
Very, very good.
It's always been a little bit of an afterthought, the ham, but it feels like it's an Easter must somehow. I think maybe because Mom and Dad always liked it. So it seemed like, even though none of us ever ate it, like it had to be there every year. But they would always get like some sort of like you'd get a slice of thin ham or whatever. It's like, I could take that or leave that. These were like nice chunks of meat, which I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah. Right.
So we had ham. We had fried chicken, which is, I think, always kind of funny because here we are. We love our fried chicken for our holidays. We had Italian sausages, and then Quentin had some pulled pork.
Yes. Quentin smoked a pork butt. So that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
everything was good.
We had scalloped potatoes, mashed potatoes, green beans.
Heavy on the carbs.
The fruit salad, whatever that whipped fruit salad thing was.
Yummy.
I don't eat that.
Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs.
Which I always think is funny when you're having deviled eggs on Easter.
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing? What else was there? Rolls.
A lot
chips.
of
Did you say baked beans?
Baked beans.
Some
right.
I thought there were three types of potatoes. Somebody help me out
here.
Wani. Scalloped, mashed.
Scallop mashed. I think that was it on the potato.
There was a third potato in there somewhere.
Potato chips.
No.
There you go. Ding, ding. Au gratin.
Smart.
What about the strawberry shortcake?
Very, very good.
That was fabulous. In fact, I don't want to take us off this topic this second, but on my way home from Taco Tuesday, I drive past that Andy's frozen custard. Strawberry shortcake Sunday.
Should I run to the freezer right now?
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
Did you get the strawberry shortcake sundae?
Yep.
Why is
It's
it in
incredible.
the freezer? Finish it.
I know. Well, I know. Here's because whenever we got it, we came back like kind of late, and so I had to like put Nathan to bed right away, so I didn't have time to finish it. But I remember thinking, I like weighing the options, like because part of what made it so good was that cake that's in there. It's like fresh and soft.
It's warm. It's hot.
Yes. And so it was one of those things where it's like normally I do save half of it, but I thought if I put this in the freezer, this cake is not gonna ever be this good again. But
I think
I just didn't have time to finish it.
I think they're open for 12 more minutes.
Go.
Head up there. Just
No, it's funny.
It's
Run, don't
it's
walk.
a must.
Last night I
Golf.
was on business in Wichita, and I was looking at the clock, and I was finishing up my meal, which I just ordered one entree, and I think I was texting you guys. It was salmon with beans, white beans, and it was delicious. Anyway, I start looking.
Standing on business.
I felt good. I felt fine. I was, let's say, satisfied. I was satiated. But then I start looking at, well, there's a place down the street.
Emaciated.
Satiated. Look it up. But then there's a new place down the street called Small Sliders, and they're open until 10 o'clock. And this was probably about 9:30. And I'm like, you know what? There's also an Andy's, and that's open till 11. So I could conceivably leave here, go to Small Sliders, and get sliders before they close at 10, and then make it over to Andy's and get custard before they close at 11. But I only made it as far as Small Sliders there in Wichita, and I grabbed 2 sliders. Delicious. I had a review, but apparently the video is too long, so you won't be able to see it.
They are good. Do they compare to like White Castle sliders?
Yeah, they're different. It's just different. The White Castle sliders are a little bit more on the greasy side, more on the I don't know how to describe it. These were a little more, well, I mean, these were greasy too, but I mean, it was just, I don't know if they left them on the grill a little bit longer, because when I first pulled one out, the edges of the patty were black and they were crispy. And you're like, okay, well, this is interesting. You start eating it, and you're like, okay, you can taste the grill almost coming through the meat. So
because they've got one opening in Blue Springs. And,
oh, do they really?
Yeah, it's opening in Blue Springs soon. Do you? How would you? Like, what do you get for? What does a number one cost, and what does it consist?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they had some combos. They had waffle fries and different things. But I was like, look, I just eaten a full meal. I just want 2 sliders. I should have only gotten one, but
why doesn't this just become a food podcast?
I think seriously
about that.
I think we're slowly becoming one.
Yeah. Change the name and everything. It's just,
and anyway, after I had the 2 sliders in the car, and I ate them in the car, I decided I probably should not go to Andy's, and I should just go back to my hotel room and call it a night.
Well, I was trying to lead us down the candy topic.
I know. Sorry. I don't know how we got here. Real quick, though, Andrew, you mentioned about putting your thing in the fridge or whatever. Like, I couldn't not putting your thing, putting your...
I followed.
Okay, I was going to say, that could be damaging.
Jamie looked confused. My thing, like, I couldn't leave the parking lot. Like, this was one where I had to pull over and enjoy it there. Like, everything else is out of my mind. I don't care if the dog... Yeah.
Like my pumpkin pie from last week.
Yeah. Like I wasn't worried about the dog eating. Oh God, I got to feed the dog. I don't care. There was no one else in the world but me and my strawberry shortcake sundae.
Be like, hey, that Sunday better get its affairs in order, because I'm about to do some bad things to it.
I had this similar situation on Saturday because Xavier was in town for Easter and he wanted Joe's. Well, initially we were going to go to Joe's in Olathe and eat there.
Oh, the restaurant.
But then everybody's like, nah, we don't want to go out. So I got the job of going and picking up the barbecue, and now I've got to drive home at least 12, 13 minutes to my house. The whole time I'm smelling barbecue in the car, and it was torture. I hate torture.
I hope you're eating their fries on the way home.
No, I wasn't going to do that.
See, you see this torture. It just gets I'm just excited the whole time. Like, I'm just.
Yeah, but when you're
Like
hungry and you're
pre-gaming.
smelling the food, it's like it's a tease. It's
Yeah,
Nope.
true, but it just builds up the excitement. It makes that first bite even better.
made me
I'm
speed
ordering
on the way
my
home.
meal. I'm eating my meal. Then I'll take them their food later. That's what you get for not wanting to come out, you
No,
lazy
well,
bones.
The other thing was we ordered ribs and we all ate off the ribs. So it's not like I could eat mine and then take them theirs. It's like we're all eating the same thing. So
You share the ribs?
get 2 big slabs.
Okay.
Interesting.
Have you guys had the
Sounds
ribs
amazing.
from Joe's? Anyway,
Yes,
again, this
they
is
are
becoming
incredible.
a food podcast, but yes,
Yeah,
delicious,
No,
amazing.
fantastic.
I do a Z-Man. I do a Z-Man or a Smoky Joe every time I go.
Well, I
Those
told
are
you
good.
about how we had Joe's catering at our Christmas party, and then I ended up taking all of the
Right.
ribs home. Yeah, I was eating on those for quite a while. So good.
So you wanted to talk about candy, you said?
Oh, no, I was just saying.
What's your favorite Sunday? The Easter or the strawberry shortcake? What's the better Sunday?
Wait, the Easter
Easter
Sunday?
Sunday?
Oh no, I'd take strawberry shortcake every time.
Sinner.
Every time. So I don't have little kids anymore.
So-
You guys have you two have little ones. Any
think
peeps or
Immediately
Cadbury
you throw out
eggs?
the Peeps, Almond Joys, any kind of weird texture thing.
what about the Cadbury egg?
I don't think those exist. I've never seen one in real life.
But I see that
Oh, I
same
saw-
commercial that's been the same every year for
Since
at least 30 years.
1982.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the exact same.
That they did
So-
a report on CBS Sunday Morning about the Cadbury egg and showed how they make them and stuff. So I think they're still in circulation for sure.
So I think it's narrowed down to a few. So I think you have the Twix, Kit Kat, and Reese's peanut butter cups. I'm
I'm going to pass on Twix.
What?
Not a fan.
What are you talking about? Just like overall, like those are the best candies, or
Chocolate
are those
candies.
specifically
Chocolate candies.
Okay, because I thought Rudy was asking about specifically Easter themed. I think right with the Peeps and the Cadbury.
Kind of.
Oh.
What I was
but-
going to say was not in that. I mean, kind of in a similar vein though. What's big here at this house is Reese's, but they're like in the shape of eggs,
The Reese's
And
eggs are
and
insane.
then put them in the freezer. That's what
Okay.
Kaylee and Vanessa like.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Now
Now,
the
why-
Reese's eggs, they recently started making Reese's pumpkins, which are the same,
Mhm.
same,
do-
just a different shape.
They do Reese's
Right.
hearts too for
And they do
Valentine's Day.
trees. They do trees for Christmas too. So
But
yeah.
for the longest time, it was just eggs, and then they realized, what are we doing? Just get a different shape and same fucking candy. So, but no. So Jamie, you said, go ahead,
Bob.
Bob.
Going back to why do they put it in the freezer? Why do they like the Reese's in the freezer?
I don't know. Maybe it's a little tougher. I don't know, but
What are they, dogs?
I've that's disrespectful, but it's my wife and child you're talking about, but I will say
hard to chew on it.
in college someone recommended that I put some Pop-Tarts in the freezer, and that did make a big difference.
Really?
I've heard that about a
yeah.
lot of different things. Put them in the freezer. Grapes in the
Just-
freezer are apparently really good.
Yeah, I agree.
As I get
Okay.
older, I'm less tolerant of the cold. As you can see, I've got my warm blanket.
Hey, come on now.
Keep it above the waist.
My warm
sounds like
blanket.
a show.
Keep me nice and warm.
I have something going on my upper right side of my teeth because like I'm very sensitive to cold there. So if I have fruit, 'cause I love cold fruit, but now I've got to make sure I chew it on the left side. If I do it on the right, it's like a sharp like nerve thing that really gets me.
You might want to get
Yeah.
that checked out there.
Oh yeah, I've talked about it with my dentist.
Oh, speaking of that, Manny was talking about his gums hurting. Let me text him real quick. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah, no, we don't. We're not like we're doing a show or anything. But yeah,
Exactly.
by all means, go ahead and text your son.
Your son, who by the way gets his plates that look like dad's plates, but the only difference is Manny doesn't. He like takes 2 bites of things and leaves the rest of it. Yeah.
Hey, leave my son alone.
Jamie's
Did he-
really just going after the family members here.
And they wonder why nobody likes him. None of the nieces and nephews like him.
Did Manny show up on Sunday after I left?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Like literally 2 minutes after you guys left.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he only stayed for just a little bit, I think, because everybody was starting to leave anyway, but he was tired, like always.
I texted him, and then I'm upset that he's texting back and making it ding. If you guys heard that, I'll have to text him back and tell him to stop texting me. But yeah, he came. I think
put it in sleep mode. Come on.
Well, that came on my computer. It'll come up on my computer. Anyway,
Wait.
The only person missing, I think, on Sunday was Rylan. So
yeah, I went through and counted. We had at one point in time we had 23 people in the house. That was before Kim came, I think. And so 23 people. We were missing Rylan and we were missing Manny. And if Manny eventually showed up, then the only one we were missing on Sunday out of our group was Rylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people in one house.
Definitely, definitely too hot for that many people. I felt like I was going to pass out at one point because we were all on top of each other.
Weren't you asleep in the backyard?
I had to get up and go, and it was much cooler in the back room. And then I took a nap.
No, that's ridiculous. Can we get into taking a nap? You're a freaking adult. Grow up.
I was also up.
Insane.
I was also up in the middle of the night with my son who was crying and was rocking him.
I've had kids.
Hey,
no
brother.
And maybe if you had worked in some naps, you'd have a better disposition about just the world around you.
Brother,
no,
do not have
naps. Naps are for the week, basically. What'd you say, Jamie?
It's for the week to recharge and get stronger.
Andy, have you not figured out how to just lay there and pretend to be asleep and act like you haven't heard the baby crying until your wife gets up and goes and I feel like you're a rookie here.
Andrew, I don't know if I would take
advice.
I don't know if I would take advice from somebody that's already been divorced.
Fall asleep like your fat brother Jamie in the living room while you're trying to watch TV, like your dad. You don't go in the back and lay down and put your. No.
Well, I was falling asleep sitting there, but that's when I was getting so hot in that room that I thought I was just gonna pass out. I needed to get up.
Thanks, some meat sweats.
Get out of there. It might have been. To be fair, I told Dad to turn the air on, and I think he did. But yeah. Because then when I went in the back, I was actually pretty cold.
Because I go back there to get my coat, and I saw you actually had something on top of you. You were covering up.
Cold.
So.
It was cold. It was a little chilly.
I should take a
nap. A nap with a blanket is even worse. Oh my god, it's terrible.
I was right behind Avery, so when she set up shop there, so I was kind of trying to complete her ambiance. There's usually got to be somebody else sleeping.
So behind her in Mom's room was the homeless camp where you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
It fit.
Gotcha.
It fit.
Gotcha.
So instead of no baths, said Tabitha, it's no naps, said Rudy.
No naps, man. You know what? We talked about CDOT the other day, Carrington Harrison, about his controversial take on what were we talking about? What was his take? Meatloaf. Yeah, well, he also did
play the Christmas Story clip of meatloaf, like when the kids
double meatloaf.
Well,
Carrington also has a thing about naps, and I think it's people your age, Andrew, because he's your age. Just nap. He talks about a nice nap, like on Thanksgiving during the Cowboys game, is like perfect prime napping time.
That's true.
And then there were people like my age calling in like, no, I mean, you don't schedule a nap. Like I get it. I'll fall asleep on the couch, like tired because it's been a long day or something. But I don't okay, 3:30, beep, 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 beep. My watch tells me to take a nap. Okay, I'm gonna nap. And then I wake up and no, that's stupid. God, I hate it. Sorry.
Tell us how you really.
It sounds like you need a nap.
I don't like you either.
I was wondering when we'd have time for that one. That was good.
It does sound like he needs a nap.
No, because it's 11 o'clock, so it's bedtime.
You are Stewie from Family Guy. No? You don't see that.
Why? Because he hates everything?
Pretty much,
Or-
yeah.
I just
Anyway.
naps just.
Well, and to be fair, I can't really take scheduled naps like that. Like Kaylee can. And so first off, Kaylee's the one that introduced me to naps. She's been her whole family, they are nappers. They all nap all the time. And so
Like together?
No, but I mean, like after lunch, you could tell like one's asleep in the recliner, her mom will go
Siesta.
sleep in bed. Like, yeah, everybody, exactly. I think if anything, I related that to them.
Just gonna say, like, yeah, this comes from your people.
Exactly. Yeah, we got it from you.
No.
But what was I saying with that? She can like literally, like you said, it's a schedule. It's time to nap. Put my eye mask on, and she is out. And when the
Is that like an Apple eye mask?
no,
Sorry,
it's,
go ahead. Go ahead.
But anyway, no, but like she'll do that, and she is just out, and then she wakes up like, oh, just right up, get up, blah, blah, blah. Like I cannot fall asleep. Like if I'm trying to, I can't. Like, and so let's say we have an hour and a half to nap. I might not fall asleep until 45 minutes into that, and then I can't just wake up like this. I'm groggy as hell when I get up. That is exactly.
Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember when we wake up? When we used to wake up?
Wake up
It's
all
like,
like
we have no idea. I mean, we nap.
You don't know
we
what-
sleep hard. I don't know about napping, but we sleep hard.
drool, saliva.
The saliva and
Didn't we
then
used to,
laying
like,
in the saliva and and then you pick it up and you got the string of saliva from your face to the pillow.
Didn't we used to sit, when Andy was sleeping when he was little? Didn't we used to stand him up and like he'd have to start walking?
Do what now? Run this by me again.
He would fall asleep on the couch, and instead, like we couldn't
Checks
carry him. He
We
was
couldn't
getting
wake him up.
bigger. We couldn't wake him up, and we couldn't carry him because he was probably what grade? I don't know. He was too big to carry, so we would stand him up and just kind of make sure he didn't hit anything. But you're walking, bro. He was completely asleep and just.
You guys walked him while he was asleep.
Yeah,
we just stood him up and then let nature take its course.
Yeah, we made sure he didn't hit the wall or anything or fall, but yeah, we.
I'm pretty
Where
sure
were
that
you
was
trying
the
to
thing.
get him to? From where to where?
It was from the
it was
couch
for
to his
entertainment.
bedroom.
It's
Oh.
for our entertainment. Just
No, I think
what
I mean,
happened? What moves you make when you're asleep, but you're on your feet and you don't, because like when you don't just fall to the ground. Like if you're like half asleep, you're.
I don't
love
remember
that.
doing it to be
I love-
mean.
I know. I love that Rudy's like, no, we were actually trying to get him somewhere.
we
And
weren't.
Jamie's like, no, it's just to make him to laugh.
I
That
thought,
sounds right. It sounds Jamie.
I thought we were trying to get him from point A to point B, but
I must have been
Sorry.
gone by then. I don't
you,
know
you were. I believe you were.
because I don't remember.
Because
This.
I kind of feel like I remember this. I mean, as much as I can when I'm asleep, but
I just remember like
I get from here to there.
like if Rudy would if one of us would wake up, like usually it was either Rudy or me. We'd fall asleep and then we'd wake up, and then we would get in the other one's face, like making fun of them because they were like all like
stupid.
like
This is an awesome audio podcast.
when you get
For
up,
those
you're
on
like,
Spotify,
all, like
Jamie is laughing hysterically, but he can't talk.
you're like blinking your eyes, you're licking your lips, like.
You have no idea like what day it is of the week. You're just like,
Hey, that's
Then
what
the other
you
one
know.
would make fun of him, like
and then it was mostly Jamie, and I was forced to return the favor to Jamie because he was such a jerk to me. I think so. We've the fact that we're all jerks is based off of Jamie.
100%.
why?
Because Jamie is the jerk, and then I have to become that just to survive, just to get back, just to
He's
not get
jerk
lost on.
zero.
Yeah, he's Jerk Zero. That should be his new nickname, Jerk Zero.
Jerk zero. You're the one,
have
the
that.
original, the OG, the OJ, the original jerk.
Never had one lesson.
I like that, Bob. Jerk Zero.
Dang it! You beat me to it. I'm literally typing it in.
He's Jerk Zero, 100%.
Okay.
So
I'll take it. That's fine.
anyway,
This
what
is
were we
going to
going to
be.
talk about?
We're going to have the
Napping.
episode thumbnail is going to be the Jerk movie poster with Jamie's face over Steve Martin.
Yes.
I'll take it.
The jerk store called and they're running out of you.
Ooh, that's a
Somehow
good one too.
This started with napping.
Maybe some Jerky Boys as well.
Brothers gotta hug.
The Jerky Boys. Sizzle chest. Yeah. So, yeah, Easter. But
That's about it. I mean, Easter is Easter. It's not a good sporting holiday.
you know what? It was pretty solid this year. There was a Royals game. There
compared
was some
to
basketball and hockey.
Compared to
Playoff
Thanksgiving and
Right, and Christmas. You're right.
I'm sorry,
You're
Rudy.
right.
Did you just say hockey? Are you
I've been
into
watching hockey. So, Bob, I was going to ask you: is Tomas back home? Did he get to the Stars game, or because that went into
Xavier.
overtime? And I was
Xavier,
watching
number
it.
one, Xavier.
Who
but
did I?
are you-
Who did I say?
Tomas.
You said
Xavier's the one that lives in Dallas, and he is
They're
a
all
big
the
Stars
same.
fan.
They're the same.
They're not the same, but anyway.
Apples, tomato, tomato. I mean,
you were gonna say apples.
apples, apple,
oranges.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, I fell asleep last night, but I woke up to my boys telling me that I missed a great game last night that
It was
went into
amazing.
overtime. It was the Stars and the Avalanche. Yes, so
That
hockey
was
is
a good
big around
game,
my house.
as well as the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. Oilers came back; they ended up losing, but that was in overtime as well.
Hockey's pretty exciting. Yeah, I enjoy watching it.
So those were good games,
don't like
as
the
well
fact that
as
Xavier's a St. Louis Blues fan. He's got a lot of St. Louis folks that he met while he was at Mizzou. So
I thought he was a Dallas Stars fan.
yes, but also St. Louis because his roommate freshman year was a hockey player from the St. Louis area. So I think he got into the Blues. But no, living in Dallas, he's a Dallas Stars fan.
I was a Blues fan when I worked out at Holiday because we had a licensing agreement with them. We had a Blues bottle. We went to St. Louis to take some pictures and stuff like that. And yeah, I followed the Blues. That was the year they won the cup. So, but anyways,
Hockey's exciting.
those were good games. And the Nuggets Clippers game was really good. I think that went into overtime. Did it go into overtime? I don't know. They were all really close games yesterday. But yeah. So, anywho, I was wondering if he was back in Dallas yet or what.
Yeah, he went back last night. Was it last night? What's today? Wednesday? Today's Tuesday.
I'm
Tuesday.
confused.
We
I've been
always
taking days off.
record on Tuesdays.
That's right. He went back
That is true.
to Dallas yesterday, but he'll be back in 3 weeks for Tomas's graduation. 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know.
Okay.
Cool.
Good.
All right.
What do we
What
got?
else
What else?
There's
Go ahead,
there's a
Mike.
draft coming up this week too. Anybody want to say anything
Oh,
about
That's right.
I didn't think about that.
that? Which just makes me think that this is also about the year mark that I've been on the show because my first episode was last year's draft.
Oh,
Yeah, we drafted a brother. That was the
Celebrate.
title.
Birthday.
what can we
Oh.
celebrate with?
That was the beginning of the end of the show.
That's
Pretty
all
much.
been downhill since then.
So with the draft coming up, let me ask, which sport would you find would be the best? Like, which one would you want to be a first round draft pick in the most?
Haven't you asked this question once before on this show?
No, it wasn't on while we were recording.
Okay.
I would think.
I feel like
football.
NFL would make the most money, right?
No, it'd make the least.
Baseball.
Baseball.
not right
they're,
away.
They're slotted in baseball. I don't think baseball makes. I know the WNBA is where I would want to. What's her name? Buckets. Charlie Buckets. What's her name?
What?
Where is it? Where is it? Hang on.
Charlie Buckets. Is it?
Charlie Buckets.
Oh, I love that they're struggling to get the reference, and I thought it was brilliant.
No.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Charlie Buckets.
Okay.
It's from
All right, we'll go with it.
Paige Beckers.
Paige Beckers. That's it. Yeah. I guess the NBA then. I don't know.
I think it would have to be the NBA because you go straight into the league. Like you don't have to go through a minor league like you have to in baseball, or you
That's
don't have
true.
to, but most likely. And NBA rosters are so small, you get a bigger piece of the pie, so their salaries are way higher than in football, especially. And then I think the risk of injury is a lot less, right?
Probably. I just think,
Probably.
and I could be wrong here because I don't think that the NFL has a good players union, but I also feel like just the way the NFL is run. I mean, we've been talking about the draft for weeks, months. You know, there've been stories uncovering who are the top. You know, mock drafts have been coming out for 6 months now or whatever. You know, and so like by the time you get to draft, like people know your name. Like I don't know. To me, the NFL is just marketed so much better. So if you come into the league as a first round talent, your name's going to get play. Yeah. You're going to be talked about. You're going to be
football. Football just seems so hard. I don't want to play football.
It's because it is.
It's hot. They start in August and July.
That's what I love about it. I've talked about that on this show. It starts in the heat.
When we talk about hard sports, though, and I that's an interesting question because I feel like in sports, one of the hardest things to do is hit in the major leagues.
And I feel like we've talked about this before too. Haven't we mentioned what's the hardest sport?
No, but it would definitely be playing quarterback, right? I mean, people are trying to kill you, and you have to make really quick decisions.
And you're running everything in football. I mean, you're just as a quarterback, you're in charge of so much. It all runs through you.
Can we take a detour? Not really. I mean, I'm still going to talk about quarterbacks, but I just thought about who we can give this week's award to.
What? Let's give it out now.
Well, why don't you say it?
Stupid award needs to go out to the University of Colorado because they retired the jersey. They retired the number of Shedeur Sanders. Now, I beg anybody to go out there and look at Shedeur Sanders' career stats at the University of Colorado. They also retired the number of Travis Hunter. He won the Heisman, so I guess
Heisman. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but Shedeur Sanders, come on, anyway. Back to your question about what's the hardest position to play, or whatever you were talking about.
Hold on, time out though, real quick before we get off of you. Who else? Like, is there a reason why retiring his number is ridiculous? I mean, is there another player from Colorado that you think, he should have been retired before?
No, not at Colorado necessarily, but I've seen a list of all the players in college football that have not had their jerseys retired by their schools. Joe Burrow's among those, and there's a lot of high, top-notch players.
That's usually time has
I feel like time has to pass. I'll give you that, but I feel like that's on a school-to-school basis.
Yeah, like I was gonna say it's kind of like when we talked about the Royals Hall of Fame. It's like it's based on your franchise or your team or your school,
right?
As far
I'm thinking, but would you have retired Cordell Stewart's number?
Before, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I probably wouldn't have, but sure.
Well, because didn't he win? They won a national title, didn't they? Colorado.
Not with Cordell Stewart, but yeah.
No, but they've won one, and I think I heard that nobody from that team has their number retired or something.
So that seems silly, yeah.
Or there are high names from that team that aren't retired.
First of all, you can't really. It's tough to retire numbers in college football because there's so many players and there's only so many numbers. So that's one.
Although
part of it.
Some teams allow same guy or same number to be worn by two different players as long as one.
They all do
on the defense.
They all do, but still, there's not that. I mean, when you count walk-ons and all that stuff, it's not a lot of numbers.
Can we agree that Shedeur is going to be a terrible pro?
Yeah.
He's going to be awful. Like, and I know that, and I'm not getting paid any money from a team. So, like,
I don't know he's going to be awful, but I don't think he's going to be good. I think he'd be like the equivalent of like a Geno Smith type career. I think where it like doesn't start out well, but then maybe he sticks around long enough.
He's
Very
going to get
middle of the
drafted
road.
higher. Awful was probably awful for where he's going to go in the draft, basically.
I don't know. There's talking about he's going to fall out of the first round.
That's what I'm curious about. Is I don't think he'll fall out of the first round, but how far will he fall, or will a team get desperate to trade up? Because I was thinking the Steelers, but they're not until pick 21. Could he fall to 21? Possibly. Depends on who, because a lot of the teams that are picking in front don't need quarterbacks. Maybe New Orleans. A lot of people were saying New Orleans, but they just signed Derek Carr, even though he's in injury risk.
What a terrible. There are so many terrible quarterbacks. Like when what's the guy from New York, the white guy?
Oh, that narrows it down.
Daniel Jones.
And Darnold.
Daniel Jones. Like, why are you giving Daniel Jones money? Like, I know he's terrible. Like, how do people not know?
You seem to know
terrible.
a lot.
And yet,
I do.
Joe Shane, that guy, the GM for the Giants, got to keep his job. And
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Why he wasn't fired? I don't know.
But
I will
that's why I
admit-
love the drama of it all, because like he kept his job this year, but that means he's immediately starting on the hot seat this year, right? And so him and
so.
Dable
Ryan Dable.
are playing.
I
for
will
their,
admit
for their jobs.
I was completely wrong on the Chiefs drafting Patrick Mahomes. I wanted.
I think
Deshaun
we all
Watson.
were. Or
Yeah,
I think all of us
Yeah.
would rather them have picked
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson.
Watson.
Because when they moved up, I thought, oh my God, here it is. They're going to get Deshaun
That's
Watson. I was so excited, and then they picked Patrick Mahomes. I was like, what? Like what? And anybody that says they didn't feel that way is probably lying, right?
Yeah,
Like
probably. I was definitely all about Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson was going to be the pick.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
So who do you think they would go with this year? The names I've seen, the two names I've seen all the time are the offensive tackle from Ohio State, Simmons, who is hurt, but and that's why he's falling so far. But you rarely get a chance to draft that kind of a talent at a tackle.
Trey
position.
Smith was hurt when they drafted him.
But he's a guard. I don't know if that makes any difference. But yeah, Trey Smith was a great pick, like 6th round, I think.
That's what I don't understand. Trey Smith was a tackle in college, and so I was a little surprised that they didn't ever try to move him to tackle at any point. But
yeah, I mean, if he knows the position, is he just not? Is he not big enough? He's big enough.
somebody knows more than me.
I don't know that I heard one conversation about long arms. The Chiefs like long arms on their tackles.
So do I. Anyway.
I hate. By the way, I hate talking about draft. I think it's terrible. I haven't listened to sports talk in 2 weeks.
What's wrong, brother? Why? I'm surprised you hate things.
You know what else I hate, by the way, real quick. Let me go back. When we were talking about basketball and hockey, because I had them on split screens last night. I had the basketball games and the hockey games on. And on one screen in basketball, like somebody's getting like grazed and they're like, oh, they're falling on the floor and they're stopping the game and they're rolling around on the floor. And then in hockey, I watched a guy get accidentally smacked in the mouth with a stick, blood pouring out of his mouth. They're showing it up close.
And the game continues.
I don't think the game stopped for more than 5 seconds to get him off the ice. And then, all right, let's go. Keep going. I mean, it was insane.
I once saw a guy take his skate off and try to stab somebody. It's the only person to ever do that.
I'm the only guy in the league that ever tried to do that. Okay, anyways, the draft, I don't know. It's all a bunch of let's talk about it after it happens. Let's see what the Chiefs get, and then we'll talk about it.
You're a barrel of fun there.
Wow, what a buzzkill.
I think that's why I hate like talking Chiefs training camp, like who's gonna make it? No, let's talk about the games. Okay, this game happened on Sunday. What happened? Oh, we didn't. I want to talk about things that actually happened. Not
I don't like you either.
Now we're trying to shoehorn it in.
That's a stretch.
Anyway, go ahead. Talk your draft talk. I need to go get more water.
I'm fine. I don't. You ruined it. So.
No, you're a buzzkill. So let's talk. You want to do our clip of the week? You got
Is it that time? I mean, I guess we're there.
It can be
Sure,
unless you've already destroyed my candy talk, and Andy's draft talk. And so, hey.
What if Bobby's do you want to ruin?
You guys want to see the clip of Shaq pooping his pants?
Yeah.
Twitter clip of the week. Let's do this is the Twitter clip of the week. This isn't our clip of the week. This is the Twitter. Let's call it the Twitter video of the week. Here we go.
About Kawhi is, you all right, big fella? Catching a crap?
Go ahead, keep talking, Chuck.
Yeah, we're on TV.
I know what we're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's that olive oil you've been drinking.
I know.
Hey, take some matches with you. Hey, listen, he couldn't hold it. After 40, he can't hold it no more.
That's at first.
He can't hold it.
Unless he's got something. That wasn't something planned, was it?
No,
no.
That is the greatest show. I can't believe it's going to be over. Are they going to ESPN, all four of them together?
Not Ernie Johnson. My boys were telling me Ernie's got a contract
NBC.
with. They're not. This is the end of the line for this show.
Such a great show. He came back after they went to commercial. He came back and said that Charles was taking too long with his take. And he was sitting there like, oh, come on, Charles, finish up. And then he just had to go. And I know the feeling after having my gallbladder removed. Like, I don't know. I think Louis C.K. said this once, but like every poop is an emergency. Like everywhere. Like anytime you leave the house, you're taking a risk because you're going to have to, it's going to be an emergency poop. Like
that's the way I am with drinking water. I for a living meet with clients, so I've got to know if I've got a meeting coming up with a client, I got to stop drinking water like an hour and a half before. Otherwise, I get to a situation where I've had to say, "Can you excuse me for a second?" And I've had to leave the meeting with my clients to go run to the bathroom.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you stopped in the middle of Chicago traffic to go pee.
Okay, well, I was hoping we weren't going to ever tell that story, but since you've already put me on blast, shit, why not? Yeah, there was what was that? 2 years ago, we went to Chicago, and I don't know, I had a bunch of water somewhere, and I think my fear was getting stuck in traffic in Chicago and having to pee, and as luck, fortune would have it, we got stuck in traffic on I don't know, one of those interstates going into downtown Chicago. We were trying to make it to Soldier Field. We were trying to make it to the Shed Aquarium is what it was.
Lakeshore Drive, probably.
Lakeshore Drive. And I had to pull over to the side of the road and just urinate in the middle of traffic. And the tears were coming down my face. I'm like, Dad, you get everything gets real there for a second. You're like, this is going to happen. It's coming out. It's just a question of, does it come out all over my pants and in this van, or
right?
Do I go to have somebody jump in the front and then I go in the back and pee into a bottle? I mean,
paint this picture,
by the way. But
paint this picture. You're in stop and go traffic in like a 3-lane type situation here, and you
like
just
4 or 5 lanes,
and
on
you
an
just got out and just peed right there. Standing.
I think because the traffic wasn't moving
on the highway. On the highway, you peed on the highway.
Did you go in front of the car, or were you just right by the passenger side, like
right by the driver's side?
Who all was watching this?
Dad was in the passenger side.
You didn't have there wasn't a bottle or a cup or anything you could.
It's probably not one of his most proud moments.
I knelt down right beside the van, and by the driver's. I left the driver's door open, and
you peed while kneeling.
That's tough to do.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to stand up. I didn't want to stand up and just, hey, everybody, I'm urinating, because I didn't want to get like a public urination thing. So I knelt down in shame. I'm on my knees.
I'm picturing like you're making it look like you're just checking the tire pressure or something.
I was trying to make it very inconspicuous, and so I knelt down and urinated on the side. Yeah,
I did that on I-70 one time. It was probably like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had to pull over. As obviously really dark out, and I had to pretend like I was checking the tires or something, and I just started peeing, and then pretty soon a car stops to check on me, and I'm like picking my pants back up and stuff. And I'm like, go, I'm good.
Would it surprise?
Like, you okay? You okay? I'm like, yeah, it was, not good.
Would it surprise anyone to know that that was not my only time urinating on the side of the road?
Oh no, I'm sure. I do it all the time.
Yeah,
I don't ever.
well,
I will say
I go long distances. So like if I'm leaving from Wichita and trying to make it to Emporia, there's really only 2 places you can stop at 2 rest stops, and if you miss those,
I guess
you don't empty the tank before you go.
Well, yeah, you empty the tank, but still, I mean, you don't understand when you.
What does Anita tell the boys before they leave Grandma's? Empty the tank, or what does she say?
Empty your tank. Yeah.
Make sure you empty your tank. He's 18 years old.
I was subtly referencing that.
She's been telling our boys that since they were little. Yes.
He's 18 years old. Let him empty the tank when he feels like it.
We tell our dog she's got to go potty. Hurry up, go potty. Let's go. Are you done going potty?
I say that's mine.
Yeah. That's word for word what every dog owner says to their dog.
Okay. Yeah, that's normal.
Well, I didn't know if that was weird.
I will say that. So, like when you buy a house, you don't realize, you think it's the perfect house and you're buying it, and then as you live in it, you realize things that, oh man, next time I buy a house, like my first house, you don't notice it, but the basement steps leading upstairs were really steep steps. Like it was a climb, and you don't notice that until you're in it for a while. One of the things in this house I've noticed, man, because I pull in here like a maniac with my pants undone, like I've got to get to the bathroom. One of the problems is I don't have a bathroom downstairs. Like I've got to come in through the driveway, shoot up these stairs. Like I've got a ways to go to get to the bathroom. Like just pulling in the driveway or in the garage I'm not home safe yet. I still have a lot to do before I get to release.
You talk about being home safe. Like I'm talking about, like, even if you're just in a public restroom and you finally make it to a stall and you close the door and you're like, okay, I'm seconds away. And then you're like, oh crap, why did I wear a belt today? And then you just like with the belt and you're like, oh my God, is it going to be here? Like I'm so close to, and
and then I've got to lay paper down on the seat too. So I've got to do that. And then
that's where you just hover. You just hover, and then whatever goes, it goes.
Whatever makes it in, makes it in. The worst is sometimes I'll wear these drawstring shorts, and if I've got them tied in a knot and I pull the wrong part and then it ties in a worse knot, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm in tears crying. Like I should have had these untied in the car on the way. But yeah.
Speaking of squatting, you just got to apologize to the McDonald's worker on Prospect.
Oh boy. It was the scene in Full Metal Jacket when Kyle blew his brains out.
That scene all the time.
Wow. All over the wall. Like, I guess it's your story. I should let you tell it. But
too bad we used this clip already of the bathtub in what was the movie?
Hall Pass.
Hall Pass.
Hall Pass. Yeah.
Hall Pass.
Anyway,
I love that story.
Correspondence tonight between me and one of my sons was he's at the gym and he says I kind of have to poop pretty bad, and I said, well, just go there at the gym. Might have to blow up their toilet. And I said, do what you got to do, and the response was, I feel for those janitors tonight.
So I'm sure funny.
He's good thing he doesn't listen. Otherwise,
none of my kids listen. So yeah.
We were at Macy's 5th grade musical tonight, and I was on the phone with Manny talking to him about his car situation. He's got a car situation, but I heard his mom come in the room and whisper some stuff, and I was like, "What did she ask you?" Because he clearly told her no, and he's like, "Oh, she was asking me if I was going to go to Macy's thing," and I'm like, "No, you get your ass over there and you support Macy. It's 2 minutes from your house, ride with your mom, go up to the Macy's thing." So we're sitting there. He ended up sitting with me, and halfway through, he's like, "Dad, I gotta poop. Like I gotta dump." And I said, "You should go down in the kindergarten hallway and their little baby toilets and just blow them up." But I think they had the no, there was a bathroom between the gym and the kitchen, the cafeteria. But yeah, he was nervous. He was kind of squirming in his seat, like he wasn't sure he was going to make it. I'm like, this thing can't be that long, bro. It's got to be like 25, 30 minutes tops. And
My
we're at like
kids-
the 15-minute mark. So
My kids
Don't
schools,
nobody
they
go in the
don't-
bathroom for about 45 minutes.
They don't let adults in the bathrooms at the school. Like you can't go. They won't let you in because I assume for.
pedophiles
Yeah.
have ruined that for everybody now. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, pedophiles.
I don't think that's the
Yeah.
only thing they've ruined. I mean,
Yeah, probably some
lives and
lives.
stuff. I mean,
Probably some lives.
I can't pee in a elementary school anymore. Thanks, pedos.
Pedos.
Anyway,
now this show took a
Oh,
turn.
yeah,
They ruin
man,
unmarked vans for everyone.
that's true. Man, now our thumbnail could be like Mr. Hanky and the family. Like,
It's got to be the scene
Anyway.
from Full Metal Jacket when the guy blows his brains out, right? And it's
Yeah.
splattered.
Go in there.
could be a lot of stuff. Anyway, we got the clip of the week. Are we done? We already said Quit Acting Stupid award, right?
Give it to
Yeah.
University of Colorado for retiring Shedeur Sanders'
Yes.
jersey.
Right. We talked a little bit about the NFL draft, which I completely forgot about. Is in 2 days. All right. So
I'm. It's not. I guess recommendations. Shrinking.
Oh.
I think I told you guys I'm on the last season 2 finale. But real quick, greatest character on TV. Any of these shows you're watching, best character. Go.
Current, like a current
I
show.
hate it. Wait. Go throw a throwback to things we hate, and go.
yes, that's the thing we hate. Wait, before we start with this, because I like this question, and maybe we can come back to it. But on Twitter this week, they've been doing a lot of Mount Rushmores. I know that's stuff that we do, but they did a Mount Rushmore of Disney, like Disney Channel, like girls.
I saw that.
And
That's creepy.
it was Raven Simone, which I'll
I get
agree
that.
with.
I hate
It's
that.
the mom. It's the mom on Wizards of Waverly Place. But go ahead.
They had Raven Simone. They
Miley
had Miley
Cyrus.
Cyrus. But then they had Zendaya
Yeah.
and
Selena
Selena
Gomez?
Gomez.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, no,
What's wrong with
sorry.
that?
Hillary Duff is missing, first of all. And who was the other one? The Jessie girl, possibly? Or
Wait, what do you have
somebody
against
else.
Zendaya?
Yeah, Zendaya and Selena Gomez. Come on.
Zendaya was in one show, and she was like the co-star. Like, it
No,
wasn't her show.
She had a show of her own
No, she didn't.
where they were
I don't think-
spies.
I don't
Oh, yeah, the spy one. Nobody
I don't
watched
think
that.
people are talking. I don't think they're talking acting skills here.
No,
Like-
I'm talking about their career. Obviously, Zendaya, fine, whatever. But her
Their
life
Disney
on
legacy.
Disney Channel.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
How is Hillary Duff not on there? What was
Well,
it?
then
Cadet
Minnie
Kelly?
Mouse would be the.
Oh, the other one would be the
Kim
other
Possible.
one would be Sharpay.
Possible.
What's her name?
Ashley
Sweet Life-
Tisdale.
Ashley Tisdale.
I was
Sweet Life
thinking
of
Sweet
Zach
Life.
and Cody. High
I saw
School
her-
Musical.
I saw her at Independence Center with Kylie. She remembers.
Really?
I took her to see Ashley
Like-
Tisdale at Independence Center. Yeah,
Was
Did
she
you
at-
guys get
was
like
she
an
at
autograph or
Suncoast?
something? Or?
she was like in the food court, like on a stage and singing.
Was she
I-
was she at the Sunglass Hut?
No,
I worked at Suncoast, and we had some of the Rough Riders there at one point. But
don't know what that is, but we are getting
Teddy
wait,
Roosevelt?
way off topic.
take us
Way
back.
off topic. Favorite character on TV right now, current,
Ever or right now? Current.
right now on shows that you're watching right now, because
Okay.
ever would be impossible.
It's got to
It
be
would
quick.
Kim
Got to be
Pos-
quick.
It would be Kim Possible. I'm gonna say I like I don't know his name. Seth Rogen. No, I'm not gonna go there.
The gay guy in Shrinking.
Good.
He's
Oh yeah,
good.
that's a good one.
I like Derek from Shrinking. The husband.
Ted McGinley.
Yes, he's very good. I like the black.
Alpha Beta guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I like the black girl from Shrinking. What's her name in the show?
Jessica
Jessica
Williams.
Williams.
She's hilarious.
I used to not like her when she was on the Daily Show, but
she's
I like
great.
her. I like her a lot on Shrinking.
I had never seen her before until this show.
You pretty much every character on there, even the Black Derek.
Great.
Yes.
Black Derek. He's hilarious
Yeah.
because he's
That
so.
show is
You know what I'm talking about?
Wait.
You know, Wayans.
Black
Oh,
Derek is
yeah,
Damon
yeah.
Wayans Jr. Yeah.
He just joined. He just joined this season.
He's hilarious.
So, yeah,
Like he just deadpans. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
he's great. Anyways, go ahead. Andrew, you're last. And pick somebody not on Shrinking, preferably.
I'm trying to think what shows I watch right now.
Oh shit!
All right.
Well,
Whatever comes
can I
in
say
rough.
can I say Severance since that was the last big show I watched?
Boom.
You got to
Go.
say a character. What's the
Is there a
character?
character named
My
Severance?
favorite character is probably the boss. What's his name?
Hog?
Mr.
Boss Hog?
Mr. Milchick. He's like this. He's this black guy with like. He's very like. I'm trying to explain.
Black?
Figure out what is. No, he's like very like proper spoken, but it's done in a way that's very menacing.
Did you just say a black guy is well spoken?
No, but that's like that's like a storyline in the show. Is that he's like
that's part of it.
They give him notes about it and stuff, but he's like overly stuff, but he's very menacing. He's so
Mr. Milsnick from Little Shop of Horrors. What's Mr.
That was Mushnick.
Mr. Mushnick from Little Shop of Horrors.
This is
Mushmouth.
All right. So
we destroyed that.
I was looking at the Junkyard Gang recently, and you forgot some of the other wonderful names. The Dumb Donald. There was Mushmouth.
Dumb Donald.
I'm trying to remember some of them now, but Dumb Donald was my
Wasn't that
favorite.
Woody's gang in Toy Story?
That's Woody's Roundup.
They had a gang, something. The gang, something. All right, never mind. Forget it. Sorry.
Where were we?
Vatos Locos?
Where's the crickets? Where are the crickets?
Vatos Locos. All right.
Recommendations. So I took Rudy up on his recommendation from last week and watched the first episode of The Studio. Very, very good. I'm looking forward to the second episode.
Second episode is even better. I think the second episode is my favorite so far of the whole season.
Can't wait.
So great.
Kaylee and I decided that is a show we want to watch together. So it's on our docket, but that's why I haven't, started it on my own yet.
Right.
I didn't ask Anita if she wanted to see it. I just started it on my own.
Yeah, that you can't ask. You just got to do it.
See, I went ahead and did and just got like some pre-approvals. So I'm going to start Winning Time and Running Point since they're essentially the same show. Feels like.
What's Winning Time? Wait. The Lakers.
The Lakers one.
That was very good.
And then Running Point's the one with
Running
Kate
Point.
Hudson.
Yes, I want to start that. I haven't started
That's
it
a
yet.
good show. Good show.
Those are
my
my
recommendation. Okay, so my recommendation for this week, another Apple TV show is Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm.
I want to see that.
I haven't seen it, but I want to see that. I've been seeing them promoted a lot.
For guys our age, it's amazing. Like honestly, it's a lot like my life. Plus, he's filthy rich, and
I was gonna say, aren't they all rich people?
Yeah, that part of it out of it. The rest of it is kind of me. Like I'm watching, I'm like, man, I feel this. It hits me in the right spot. So in the feels. So, but yeah, just minus all the rich stuff. Like his daughter's a tennis player trying to get on the Princeton team, and great show, great. And I don't know if I never saw Mad Men. I've never watched. I think I've seen the first episode of Mad Men.
Really?
I saw the first one or two. Yeah.
So I've never really seen John Hamm, lead anything. And this is great. This is really good. So check it out. It's another one on Apple TV. Andrew, Jamie.
Still working my way through them season 1, and it gets better and better. So yeah, it's very creepy. I thought about playing the trailer, but it's a little long. So but good show on Amazon Prime.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah. Clip of the week.
Clip of the week.
Clip of the week. Here we go.
Happy Easter.
Fucking kidding, the Easter Bunny did this?
All I said was the Easter Bunny at the Menlo Park Mall was more convincing. He just jumped the railing and knocked me down.
He's fucking dead.
I'll let it go. He's under a lot of pressure.
What the hell happened to him? The guy in the Easter Bunny suit kicked his ass.
I had it coming.
Fuck all that shit. Come on, Silent Bob.
What really happened?
All right, honey. Don't forget to look for your Easter eggs on Sunday.
Bye-bye, Easter Bunny.
All right, who's next? It's hot in this goddamn suit. Hey guys, get away in line like everybody else. What the hell is this?
This is for Brody.
What?
Good clip.
I just noticed that Jay stole candy from that.
You did?
I never noticed that. He stole candy while he was talking to Brody.
I noticed that, like, I'd seen the movie so many times before I first noticed that, and now I catch it every time. And so, yeah, I thought when you brought up Mallrats, I thought it was going to be Willem yelling at the kids, like when they tell him it's a schooner or it's a sailboat. You know what?
Yeah.
But I know sometimes we have younger viewers occasionally. So
right. So,
but I always think of that. That's just a guide us.
Go ahead, Bob.
That just reminded me of two other things, though, too, because not only was it Easter this weekend, but it was our parents' anniversary. Happy 51st anniversary.
420.
And it was 420. So who's going to go see the new Cheech and Chong movie, the documentary on their career?
I'm going to go see that. I didn't realize it was out. I'll probably go see it tomorrow, actually. It's supposed to be rainy.
Oh, it is out?
I guess, yeah.
I believe our cousin, who I need to shout out, Lori Garcia, Laura. She watches every episode, very faithful listener. So thank you, cousin Lori. She's already seen it, so I don't know if she just got some special access or what, but it is out for some folks.
Possibly.
I think I might go see it at Prairie Fire tomorrow.
Ooh.
If it's I got to see if it's playing there. But anyway,
hey, do we
it's like we cannot.
One. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna joke that it's like we refuse to end a podcast under an hour and 20 because we were really bringing this in at about an hour.
We were done at an hour.
We were circling. We are pushing.
Did you guys see? There's a movie called Sneaks where the basketball shoes talk.
What?
No.
It got a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, but
now you piqued my curiosity.
What about the audience score?
Audience score is a 65.
Ooh,
not bad. We got some We got a popcorn.
Are they? So they're sneakers and they're sneaks. Are they stealing something? Are they pulling off some sort of caper?
We could.
If I was prepared, I would play the trailer right now. But
you guys ready?
You got it.
I'm sensing a show like Sausage Fest.
Kind of.
Like
well, no, I don't think it's gonna be that funny.
Do we not remember that Bobby's internet is horrible whenever he wants to
come together? For the Lord, this side, Hudson River.
The Sneakerhead Gala.
What the hell that mean? I go by the name of Mustard. Who's ready to party? Please welcome CP3, Chris Paul. Congratulations,
Bobby.
Yeah, cut it.
Dudes, they're gonna change everything. Stay right here.
A foot! He put his foot inside!
I'm never going to get that few seconds back.
That was just enough to make me hate it even more.
I heard Jamie say it was terrible, so I stopped it. But I was also having problems with the connection.
Hey,
so.
Chris Paul put his name on that?
Give me 1 second here. Oh, all right, I got one for you.
Oh, damn it. I was going to play
this. It's my show.
Gone are days when my heart was young again. Gone are the toils of a cotton field away. Gone from
what is going on?
I don't know why this is happening right now.
No context. No context at all. What the hell?
I also feel like I could stop this at any moment.
What happened to my podcast?
What
the hell?
Dude,
I go back to Andrew's comment. I go back to Andrew's comment. This show should have been wrapped up 23 minutes ago.
I cut it right before it got real. Anyway.
Oh yeah, right before it got good. Okay, all
right. Let's go. Take it home.
Got it.
All right, for my brother. Thank you for
what?
Thank you for listening. If you've made it this far, and I apologize for my brothers. But until next time, for Jamie, Rudy, and Andy, and LeBron James.
I saw his hands up.
Not to get into too much troubles, okay?